And this is race 4, 17.5 Sportsman. This is the A main, so I managed to make it to the A main. I'm the second to last, so I'm the penultimate car there. Originally, they actually put me in the very last place, but because I beat that other guy in the B main, they decided to swap us, even though he had better times overall. But we're going to start. It's not really going to make a difference. Here the main thing is I want to try to avoid the pileup. As you see, I got stuck, so there I go. So I'm that car, the burgundy car with the black front and the white circles. So now I'm fighting to not be last, and that didn't go so well. Well, okay, now I'm doing better. So one of the things that I mentioned during the video with the B main, which was before this race, is I do have different front tires now. So I'm running the JConcepts Swaggers. I do feel more confident driving them, even though my time in my final race is actually the same as my time in my first qualifier. So I did just as bad as far as times. So I did better in my very first race with those Swaggers during the second qualifying run. I'm just making a lot more mistakes here. I'm going to blame it on the fact that there's a lot more cars, because I need something to blame other than my lack of skill due to my lack of track time. Again, I keep emphasizing this: practice, practice, practice. There I accidentally got hit in the back a little and got spun out. Not a big deal. If you're a very good driver, you can make a fuss, but if you're not that much better than the other ones, then, worry more about driving than complaining. That was a complete wreck. I'm really thankful that this guy from outside is helping me out, but don't put the car there. You see, it'll hit. Some people actually break their cars and you lose more time. So it's better that you place it either in the ramp behind so they can just jump over, or just put them on the downside of the other jump. Sometimes you can even just put the car on the other side, skip a feature, and then just have the driver wait, and then the marshal will kind of signal the driver when to go to sort of compensate for the time. So as you see, I kind of screwed there, and I hit that little portion, and my buggy just got stuck again. If you take that too hard, I have seen guys break their vehicles there. So now at this point, my focus isn't to win. I'm not going to win. The fastest guy here for Sportsman, I think his fastest lap is about 3 seconds faster than mine. So again, I'm just trying not to be last. Actually, I'm kind of hoping I can catch up to somebody and just have a fun little race between the two of us. Even if we were racing for last place or third and fourth, just having somebody to, say, race with, that would be super fun. Which is one of the reasons why I wish one of my friends had made the A main, because sometimes we'll have some of those races just really close. There, I wrecked. Not sure what happened there. So you see how the blue sort of waited? He was in front of me, so he just waited for me to get close, and then he took off. He didn't take off right away. So that's what you're supposed to do after a wreck. Now, had I been in front of him, then he would have waited for me to go first. So that's something else to keep in mind. That orange buggy, I love that color. It reminds me of the grabber orange that the Mustangs used to have in the late 60s, early 70s. For example, the 1970, or even the 302 Boss from 1969. I think it was the Boss that had it. I could be wrong. Here we go. See, I'm taking the turns. Everything's going to ease up. And one of the things that I'm trying to shoot for here is I'm trying to end right there, just like that. Not that one, over jump that. I'm trying to land on the back side of the jumps. That was a better jump. That was alright. And the reason why is these buggies are pretty low slung, and if you over jump and you hit, you may accidentally slap the chassis on the bottom, and then you'll go squirrely, and you will lose control. So you want to always land, see, overshot it, land on the backside. And the other reason too is your tires hit the ground a lot sooner, therefore you can accelerate out a lot sooner. So some of the major mistakes here that I want you to observe are how slow or how much time I lose by over jumping the jumps. and how smoothly the car looks when I actually nail the jumps. Or if you look at the other cars, see, that was a lot smoother on that second. How those other cars just look smooth and fast. So that's something else. It's not all about speed, it's not all about power, and there's actually quite a skill that's involved in taking jumps. I mean, this isn't bashing, for example. That's one of the biggest difference. Bashing, you just fly it, the more air you get, the cooler it looks. Here, that's not what the clock says. No, I guess I didn't do too bad because I started, I believe, in 8th place, and I ended up picking up position. So in the end, I ended up at 7. So I ended up 1 position ahead of how I started. So I guess I didn't do too bad, but I can definitely do better with more practice. Well, that was the end of the race. I'll catch you in the next one. Please subscribe if you have not, and go ahead and comment below.
What? Oh, my hair! My tongue! My rod!